And the move breaks down. We're midway through the first half, and it's been as intense as we expected.
He has many terrific assets, Owen Sunset, and I think he'll be rejoining the Spain squad soon, but pace is not his #1 asset, and it shows, given that he outpaced Bernat, that the fullback is lacking a little bit of match sharpness. That makes it look a lot clearer than I felt it was in actual time.
The goal that was disallowed for Gay, and VILLARREAL go forward again. I mentioned Sunset, there was that runner a few weeks ago when he scored 3 in a row for Athletic Club. That bending effort goes over the top. He couldn't keep that one down as he aimed for the top left corner.
Don't you love him? He's giving the impression he thinks he can do absolutely anything in the penalty area now. Maybe he's answering that question I had about why is he picked as a centre striker? Well,
when you're picked as a centre forward, he must feel the urge to play as one and live up to the billing.
For sure.
He and Tierno Barry, Jeremy Pino as well, have stayed forward. They're pressing as well from VILLARREAL.
I'm being cynical, but I still wonder what Gerard Moreno and Ayoce Perez think about Papigay being chosen up front ahead of them.
Iñaki Williams on the right-hand side has room to manoeuvre, now closed down by the defence. He tried to slide that through to Berenguer. It doesn't quite come off, but Williams, he's so dangerous going forward. At one point he was the fastest player in all of La Liga. A few other candidates for that honour at the moment. I think it's Alvaro Garcia at the moment of Rayo Vallecano who's the quickest. Thierry Correa's not far behind the Valencia player who is out injured with a long-term injury. Iñaki Williams, no slouch when it comes to sprinting upfield. Players might be sprinting back now for Athletic Club because VILLARREAL are on the attack. Here's Pino into the centre. Defender gets it clear. Getting down to meet that was Danny Vivian.
No criticism from me intended, because Payena's having an absolutely lovely game for VILLARREAL. He's been the main architect of everything dangerous they've done. But when he's on the run there, he chooses to play right, the more difficult pass to Papigay, instead of left to Barry, who was absolutely free on his own. There'll be a good reason for it in his creative brain, but it was an odd decision.
Vivian releases to Iñaki Williams. He goes inside on Bernat, and Bernat just waits and waits, then sticks his foot out and stops Iñaki Williams dead in his tracks. Turn from Gay. Pino has left that to run to Baena on the right. Opts against delivering another ball into the area. Comisania then comes to a standstill as Comisania tries to pick out a pass. It's a very poor pass from him. Luis de Galarreta intercepted. Suddenly the game is just completely slowed down.
Look at Comisania's body language. He looks absolutely exhausted. Half an hour in, central player in the engine for VILLARREAL, and his body language says, "Oh, how much more of this do I have to put up with?"
We've had a look up at the clock here at San Mamés. Only 27 minutes in. He has been put under the cosh a bit by this Athletic Club side. And we just dipped their intensity as well for the time being. Guirizabala assesses his options upfield. Plays to the right, and now Athletic Club favouring a slow build-up. Sunset has dropped back in. Space here for Berenguer to work. Guruceta draws a defender with him. Uribe on the overlap. Instead it's Berenguer, it's spilt. Iñaki Williams was racing in as Conde saved in instalments.
I think we can consider it, although they were definitely slowing the game down, Athletic do not mind a team, their opposition, pushing up to the halfway line, trying to close them down, because while they will play through you if they can, they are unafraid to play long. And when you have a speed merchant, particularly like Iñaki Williams...
This has been rubbed away by Guruceta. It's fortunate for VILLARREAL that it comes out to their defender.
It was almost the same blade of grass upon which he robbed Valverde and scored on Wednesday.
Still Athletic Club, another one looking for Guruzeta. Albiol put it at least half clear. It's unconvincing from Villarreal at the back.
Oh, lovely. What a touch.
Taken on here. Berenguer in towards the near post. It was an awkward bounce. Guruzeta could maybe have reached it had he set off earlier. There's another chance for Athletic Club.
They have their tails up, Duncan.
Rolled out short by Conte. Athletic, it seems, growing even further in confidence. Push players up. Villarreal just have no way of getting through. They're giving the ball away very cheaply in their own half. There's Ruiz de Galarreta on the turn. Outside to Berenguer. What has he got in mind? Breaks into the box. Again, almost moving in slow motion. Comisania held on to that one. He is fouled. It was such an intense start, but coming up to the half hour, a few players just lagging slightly. Ruiz de Galarreta turning on the style. He is back at Athletic Club after several loan spells at other teams, some long-term injuries as well, which has halted his career on his day, though. A quality player. He's got that spot in the centre of the Athletic Club at midfield to show his stuff. He lifts the ball to his teammate Sunset. Iñaki Williams couldn't bring it down on his toe.
Athletic are playing better in tight spaces. When they win the ball, they're using it well in order to unlock the press of their opposition, whereas Villarreal are resorting to passes that seem a little bit pressurised, a little bit high risk, and it's a mystery to me why they've fed Barry so rarely.
Conte might look for him upfield as he's urged everybody to go forward. He sends this one long, slightly over to the left-hand side. Tino Barry was the player challenging for it. Nothing becomes of that second ball. Put out by Albiol.
It's about the right expression. I think we've got him at exactly the right moment. Not particularly impressed, I don't think, with, certainly not the scoreline, but nor with how his team is trying to cope with the Athletic onslaught.
He's been unconvincing so far from Villarreal, who had that goal disallowed rightly by VAR. We did just see in the stands one of the players unavailable for Athletic Club, who are only missing Ander Herrera today. Villarreal, meanwhile, without Terats, without Foyth, without Pedraza, without the suspended Cardona, Pepe and Ilias also sidelined through injury.
All season, unfortunately, for the young winger.
Ilias's case, he just scored that belter of a goal against Alaves, and it wasn't much after that he suffered that horrific injury. Is Iñaki Williams, right-footed shot from him, just fizzes along the playing surface.
So no threat to the goal because it's not on target, but nonetheless a menacing move, all caused by Costa unnecessarily giving the ball away, and not only failing to complete the pass, choosing a really risky option across his own goal where there was absolutely no certainty of being able to pull that distribution off. The atmosphere in Villarreal, listen, there's time. Maybe Villarreal scored twice before the break. At this rate, if the break was coming right now, the atmosphere in that training, in that Villarreal dressing room would be intense, and the language would be industrial.
Just have to wonder what will occur at half-time in terms of choices from Marcelino. Have to imagine if there's no breakthrough before the interval, Moreno might be sent out for a look at participating from the start of the second half. Jose Perez as well. Both have had a few problems with injuries, but are back now. Players he knows he can get a performance out of. And sometimes even without much delivery, without much service. There's a push in the back of Berenguer. There's Kiko Femenia. Never one to keep his opinions to himself either. He was just risking dissent there with the referee. He tells him to calm things down or he'll have to produce a yellow. Yet to see a booking in this one. Williams.
Touch. Oh,
it's a lovely turn as well. It's brought to an end.
As if by magic.
There it is. It is produced for impeding that magic on the turn. Asante Comesaña, remember, he was sent off the last time these two sides met. It was all he could do.
This. Oh, that cushion. This is lovely. This causes the booking, but Duncan had swear that what Iñaki just did there was the very thing that was a little bit lacking in the first half of his career, where pace and energy and durability to avoid injuries, attitude, love for the club badge, all of these things were there. But that exquisite control is something that I think has been part of a latter day Iñaki Williams.
Very rough on the ball, winning it back. Again, it's a bit more physical from Villarreal as Dani Parejo wins that exchange. Here's Albiol. Parejo, we've seen this a lot from Dani Parejo, dropping deep, taking the ball off the centre-back and looking upfield.
Unhappy, so unhappy that when he dropped and turned and wanted to quarterback it, there wasn't a playing option, and he was giving out to Papi Gueye.
Well, it looks as if in that rhythm section for Villarreal, not playing the same tune. Dani Parejo and Santi Comesaña and Gueye a little bit further forward.
And there's too much muscle shoals there, according to Jeremy. It's the most minor of touches. There ain't going to be no nose fracture there. Players do take it to the limit.
There was a minimal contact. It was just the momentum of Berenguer's arm. Kiko Femenia again talking to the referees. Just had a warning about that. Well, now it's of detriment to Villarreal because they haven't got the booking for the Athletic Club player, and they're a man down, at least temporarily, with Pino still on the deck and off the field of play. Tino Barry has it for Villarreal. Waits and waits before scooping it over. Gueye this time, he allowed it to drop over his shoulder. Made the clean connection, but it's just off target from that acute angle.
It's lovely because the 22-year-old Frenchman is given the ball by Parejo. It's the first time he's been given quality possession for ages. And one of his teammates is shouting, put it outside you, put it outside you, because Bernat has made a good run. But nonetheless, the Frenchman has seen that Papi Gueye is available. The ball in is lovely. Not for the first time today. Gueye has looked like he's got a confidence in finishing and volleying. Give the ball more to Barry. I mean, they have structural problems and I think some pressing problems in what they're doing with the ball of Villarreal. But one thing they have to do is bring Barry into play more.
And Iñaki Williams tries to cut that back. It's a simple ball out onto that far flank. Now into the centre. What can Villarreal get going? Well, the answer is nothing, because Athletic Club just hold them up. Jeremy Pino's back on the field of play. There's Parejo. Ball held up for Tierno Barry. He couldn't quite bring it under control. Gueye on the second line could not make anything of it either. Here's Oyan Sunset. Peña Paredes. So just the solitary goal in this game so far. It's scored by the man who's just played the pass.
So everything's calm and under control right now, but Villarreal were on the point of making a breakaway. When the ball was loose, that Paredes interception was absolutely crucial. A 10 out of 10 moment for the man who separates the sides at the moment. Now
Another one cushioned down by Iñaki Williams, showing the full repertoire at the moment. Sunset doubles back, he's got the option outside. And there's plenty of options in the box now, including Iñaki Williams tries for the back heel. It would have been sensational from him, he was slightly off balance, still managed to connect. And it's powered away.
It's such entertaining flowing football right now.
And there's likely more to come from Athletic from this attack. They'll try and deliver another one into the box. VILLARREAL again fails to clear comprehensively. Here's Pino.
Good ball.
There was a call for that from Barry. Has to take a moment to turn before setting off down the right.
He knew he was offside, he checked his run. It's a grown-up thing to do by the striker.
Plays this back. Kiko Femenia to Comisania. The momentum of the move's broken down, but it's a little bit more possession for Villarreal. Bernat goes backwards. Comisania. There's a point to where Tierno Barry wants the ball. It was sent in, no penalty given just yet. It's come back out to Parejo. Quick pass from him. Burnett has a look and it's closed down.
Whether this is a penalty or not, DeMarcos takes a bit of a risk. If that had come because DeMarcos had trod on the striker's heel, then we saw very clearly down at Betis Barcelona yesterday that was going to be a penalty. It looks as if the Frenchman took advantage of the situation.
All played across the face of goal, right under the nose of Tierno Barry. Might get a second look at this though. That header goes down, can't be finished off on the rebound by Barry. Finally clutched by the goalkeeper.
Once he gets there, Duncan, I mean, he's not far up being the smallest man on the pitch, but once he gets there, I think Pino maybe can direct it a little further right to Aguirre Zabala. The goalkeepers union, including our brilliant guest today, Roberto Jimenez, will say, just focus on the save. He's going slightly the wrong way. There's quick reactions, but notice how it isn't to his right. It's in front of him, and Pino, height excluded from the conversation. When he gets there, he needed to nod it further to the right towards the post, and then it's 1-1.
Pino just a few minutes ago was complaining about that light hit to the head. Got the glancing blow with the ball that was not quite enough to convert past Aguirre Zabala. Comisania making sure not to grab too much. Remember, he's on a yellow card now. Here's Guruzeta. Picks up the slack for Athletic Club. Williams. In from Iñaki Williams. Back out by Raul Albiol. Had a problem clearing the ball, Villarreal, because they've given the ball straight back to Athletic Club on so many occasions. It's not allowed them much time to rest.
Can I hand out medals though, because when the ball is coming in at the other end and Barry is desperately trying to feed Baena, who's on the run into the penalty area, the Athletic central defenders do absolutely brilliant. Total concentration, closing spaces, intercepting the release ball from Barry.
Here's Albiol. We're coming up to half-time. We won't have too much stoppage time added on at the end of the opening period.
It's been fun for Duncan. It's been entertaining, right?
It's been free-flowing. We knew it was going to be intense. Not as many cards maybe as we expected. There's been imprecisions from both sides.
Athletic have played better in this first half than they did almost at any stage in beating the champions Real Madrid in midweek.
At the moment they have the one goal to show for it, scored by Aitor Paredes, his second of the season. As the rain continues to pour down here at San Mamés.
DeMarcos doing a good young Mike Atherton impersonation. Well done, that's multi-talented.
Let's see if we can put some spin on the ball on the way into the box. We haven't seen him go forward too much. That's maybe not the role that's been asked of him this afternoon.
Now he's although Baena is not exclusively playing wide by any manner of means, he is undoubtedly being asked to double up with the right central defender.
Here comes Pino. First time hit into the middle, taking risks there. The defence just sticking anything out to prevent Tierno Barry from getting onto the ball. Almost forced the scramble inside the penalty area. Here's Comesaña. Parejo. Logan Costa keeps it simple. There's Bernat. Parejo offers up an option which was a little too far back for the aspirations of his teammates. They've lost the ball anyway. Guruseta.
Yeah, I think Barry had a better case than the referee cared to listen to. And as you rightly point out, the ball into an area wasn't good enough for Barry. And he put in a little shift just to get there. I think he maybe deserved the free kick.
Let's have a look at the chance saved by Aguirre-Zabala.
Does it come off his shoulder? I think it's nicked off his head, then off his right shoulder, and that's the reason that there's not enough power or direction to beat the keeper. Poor old Unai. Your day will come.
Well, the Batman audition going very well for Unai Simon. He's trying to make himself conspicuous.
Warmer too, I think.
This one playing across, and we do have a little bit of stoppage time to be added on at the end of this first half. Aguirre-Zabala in no hurry. Just the 2 additional minutes to be played before the half-time break. It has been pelting down with rain since a couple of hours before kick-off at San Mamés. I've seen Yeremy Pino slip and slide a couple of times. Other than that, the pitch seems to be holding up well. Bear in mind just how many games Athletic Club have played here in the last few weeks. And Athletic Club's last 5 games, 4 have been here at the Cathedral. Back to the captain, Raúl Albiol. Seeing a lot more gesticulating from Tierno Barry's, pointing a lot more to where he wants balls to be played. Now backheel slightly short. Taken away from Paredes. Comesaña, look up.
Good.
Cushion down, that second line involves Bernat. Baena tries to return to him. It's kept in, Tierno Barry tries to convert. Defender got in front of him to prevent the shot.
Really nicely created throughout. From the centre of midfield to the right, across to the left. That's the most confident and interesting move of the entire match by Villarreal, including that header from Yeremy Pino. That's what Villarreal need to do more of.
They hurl the ball into the box. Tierno Barry's battling for it. But with that, we come to the end of the first half. Entertaining first period. We're expecting plenty more in the second half. Just the 1 goal in it, though, scored by Aitor Paredes. His header from close range, which we'll see now. The only goal of a game which goes into half-time with a score at Athletic Club 1, Villarreal 0.
Some players seem to defy the odds. Microsoft AI analyzes millions of data points, including shot angle, defender positioning, and distance from goal, to reveal the exact probability of La Liga's most epic moments. Understand the magic with Beyond Stats, powered by Microsoft Copilot and La Liga.